Ever since Cadillac's Formula One entry for the 2026 season was confirmed back in March, speculation has been rife as to who the all-new American team will select to pilot their two cars. A host of names were thought to be in the running, from former Haas racer Mick Schumacher to ex-Sauber driver Zhou Guanyu and F2 champion Felipe Drugovich. And, given Cadillac's U.S. pedigree, a roll call of American drivers like Colton Herta, Kyle Kirkwood, and Jack Crawford were also rumored to be in the mix. But now we know the General Motors-backed team will be fielding Formula One stalwarts Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez when they join the grid next year.
How about that?
Bottas is immensely experienced, having contested almost 250 Grand Prix. After winning the GP3 Series in 2011, he made his Formula One debut with Williams in 2013, grabbing his first podium the following year in Austria. 8 more top 3 finishes followed for Williams as the Finn established himself as one of the quickest and most consistent young drivers on the grid. His time with Sir Frank's team was so impressive that when Nico Rosberg won the World Championship in 2016 and then promptly retired from the sport just weeks later, Toto Wolff swooped for Bottas to fill the seat vacated by the departing champion. And just 4 races into his Mercedes career, Bottas was a race winner, taking his maiden victory in the Russian Grand Prix at Sochi. That was the first of 10 wins for the Finns so far in Formula One, a record bettered by only 3 drivers currently racing in the sport. In his Silver Arrow spell, Bottas racked up 58 podium finishes and 20 pole positions, and helped Mercedes win 5 constructors' titles in a row.
James, it's Valtteri. Well done.
In 2022, he moved to Alfa Romeo and spent 3 years with the Sauber-run team before returning to Mercedes in a reserve driver role, keeping his eye in as he plotted a racing return. But Cadillac haven't gone for just one race winner for their new lineup. They've got 2. And that's something only 2 other Formula One teams can boast.
Wicked!
Former Red Bull racer Sergio Perez will join Valtteri Bottas at the team next year, and the Mexican is even more experienced than his new teammate, having raced in more than 280 Grand Prix across his 14-year career in F1 so far. After finishing as runner-up in the 2010 GP2 Series, Perez was snapped up by Sauber for 2011. He spent 2 years with the Swiss squad and quickly made a name for himself as a midfield dynamo with a skill for snatching podiums away from the big boys. After a tricky year at McLaren, Perez found a new home at Force India in 2014, where he burnished his reputation as a consistent point scorer, always ready to pounce for a podium, and with a knack for managing his tires better than just about anyone else on the grid. In 2020, he stunned the paddock by taking his very first Grand Prix victory under the lights on an extraordinary night at the Sakhir Grand Prix in Bahrain.
Yes, Checo, P1. I'm speechless, guys.
And just days later, he sealed a switch to Red Bull to partner Max Verstappen for 2021 and beyond. At his new team, he added a hatful more podiums to his tally, took 5 more victories, 3 pole positions, runner-up to Verstappen in the 2023 Drivers' Championship, and helped Red Bull seal 2 constructors' titles before leaving the team at the end of last year. So the pieces are falling into place for F1's newest team. Cadillac have a Ferrari power unit supply, former Manor Marussia sporting director Graham Loudon in place as team principal, and technical expertise from experienced engineers like Nick Chester and Pat Simmons. And now we know who will be behind the wheel when the cars hit the track for the opening Grand Prix of the 2026 season in Melbourne.
Took quite a while, huh?
Cadillac may be a brand new team, but by signing Bottas and Perez, they've bagged one of the most experienced lineups in modern F1, and 2 drivers who know exactly what it takes to win in the fastest sport on earth.